You know, it kicked off on this totally unremarkable Tuesday morning in Oak Ridge Heights. Our picture-perfect little suburb where, supposedly, everyone plays nice? Yeah, sure. I was in my kitchen, sipping black coffee, when I heard my garage door grinding open. Only problem was, I hadn't touched the remote and nobody else was home. I froze, mug halfway to my lips, watching sunlight creep in under the door like some nosy stranger. My first thought wasn't fear. Nope, it was irritation. I'd just spent my weekend detailing my cherry red Camaro, a restoration I'd poured years into, and if some clown so much as grazed the paint, I'd lose it. Then I heard her voice clipped, smug bouncing off the concrete walls. Well, he should have listened when I warned him last month. I didn't need to look. Susan Hargrove, my next-door nightmare. The self-appointed queen of our HOA. She was infamous for strutting around in pastel suits with a clipboard, hunting for any excuse to slap you with a violation. A weed in the flower bed? Fine. Mailbox half an inch crooked? It's fine. Deep down, I suspected her obsession with rules came from trying to control something, anything. After her divorce left her rattling around alone in that oversized house, I strolled to the side door, leaned in the frame, casual as you please. There she was, circling my Camaro like a predator, scribbling notes. "Something I can help you with, Susan?" I asked. Tone polite but sharp. She didn't blink. "This car violates Section 4.2, unauthorized vehicles in visible areas. Alex, don't pretend you didn't get my email." Visible areas? My garage had been closed until she pried it open with some override tool swiped from the HOA's stash. I glanced at the tampered door mechanism, that slow burn in my gut shifting. From annoyance to pure violation. "Funny," I said. "It's only visible if you break in." She launched into a lecture about property values and project cars cluttering up the view. I knew it wasn't about the car. It was about her needing to win every petty battle. She wrapped it with a flourish. She'd already called a tow truck. By lunch, my phone buzzed. "Jake from down the block. Tow truck at your place? Everything cool?" Stepped outside to find Susan waving the driver into position like she was running a parade. The tow guy, burly and skeptical, muttered, "She says it's legit HOA business." I shook my head. "I own this house, and she's got zero right to touch my car. You tow it, we're calling the cops." He didn't need more convincing. Susan's face flushed crimson. "You'll regret undermining community standards. This isn't over, Alex." I just smiled, shut the garage with a solid click, and slapped. On a deadbolt inside, though, I was simmering. That evening, a violation notice showed up taped to my door, some obscure rule about recreational vehicles and garages, complete with a handwritten comply or escalate. Instead of raging, I got curious. How far would she go? The next morning, I installed a motion camera. By afternoon, jackpot footage of Susan marching up my drive with a screwdriver, working my side door like she owned the place. I stepped out as she cracked it open. "Forget to knock," I said. She froze, eyes darting to the camera then. Sniffed. "Official inspection? Nothing personal?" Oh, it was personal. Jake later told me she blamed the neighborhood for not supporting her through her divorce, and she had turned community into her personal control project. That night, Jake and I dug through the HOA bylaws. He tipped me off. Check. Her parking habits. Sure enough, Susan had parked her shiny silver BMW smack in a fire lane during last year's block party. I had photos from that night taken for laughs. I filed a legitimate complaint, then waited. When she went for her morning jog, I hid behind a hedge and watched the tow truck hook her prized BMW. She returned. Neon running gear catching the sun, froze at the sight, then sprinted after it, yelling, "Stop!" The poetic justice was almost cinematic. That afternoon, she stormed to my door, jabbing a finger. "You did this out of spite." I kept my voice mild. "HOA rules, Susan. Fire lane violation. Surely the Queen isn't exempt." She sputtered something about it being different and stormed off. A week later, she hit back with a special inspection notice. I prepped my place to perfection, grass trimmed like a golf green, trash bins aligned with a ruler. She and her cronies came with tape measures, left empty-handed. Word from Jake. HOA board was shaky. Elections coming. 2 seats open. I quietly filed to run. Before the vote, she made her boldest move. At 3 a.m., I woke to the sound of metal. Grinding, peeking out. I caught her black hoodie, bolt cutters, snapping my new lock. I flipped on the lights. Late night tune-up, Susan? She straightened, defiant. Gathering evidence. HOA overrides apply. I raised my phone, recording. Bolt cutters at dawn. Police will love this. She faltered. By morning, I'd emailed the footage to the entire HOA list. The neighborhood chat exploded, demanding her resignation. She retaliated again. 4 a.m. Shady tow truck in tow, literally. This time, I had crystal clear footage of her directing them as they winched. My Camaro. I called the cops, showed the video, and they had it back in my driveway within an hour. She flailed at them, insisting it was authorized enforcement. They weren't buying it. I pressed charges. Grand theft, trespass, the works. Her spiral went public. Unhinged emails. Conspiracy accusations, flyers calling it a setup. Found her gazebo encroaching on county land, reported it anonymously. She got fined hard and her driveway rant was heard by half the block. On election eve, she staged a town hall to unveil doctored footage of me. I walked in USB in hand. Roll the full tape, I said. The room went still as the uncut video played. Police verification and all. If it's fake, sue me. Her face drained. She mumbled about context, but the crowd had turned. I won the board seat. First order of business. Scrap petty fines. Start real help committees. Bring the neighborhood back to friendly. Susan's charges stuck. A month later, a moving truck appeared. Her BMW followed. She left without a glance. That night, I stood by my window, looking at her empty house. Sure, but also relief. Balance restored. Still, I wondered, was I the hero? Or did I just use her own game against her? Justice came, but at what cost? Drop your take in the comments. Got your own HOA horror story? Share it, and if this hit home, hit that like and subscribe. Your story might be the next one we tell.